Once upon a time in a quiet Chinese village, surrounded by green fields and the rustling sound of bamboo leaves in the wind, a young woman named Yang Myai began filming videos with nothing more than a phone, a smile, and a dream. She wasn't born into fame. There were no big city lights, no powerful connections, and no promises of success. There was just her, raw, unfiltered, and unforgettable. What began as simple moments from her daily life soon turned into something magical, something that would eventually capture the hearts of millions, and, as whispers now suggest, perhaps even the attention of the refined and enigmatic Yulong. To understand just how incredible her journey is, we have to go back to the beginning. Yang Myai wasn't trying to be famous. Her videos were simple: preparing food with her grandmother, sweeping the courtyard, laughing with her neighbors, and talking about life under the sun and stars. There was something timeless and deeply comforting about her presence. She wasn't acting. She was just being herself, and somehow, that was more powerful than any special effects, makeup, or million-dollar production. People all over China, and soon, around the world, began to notice. "Who is this girl?" they asked. "Why does she feel so real?" Fans wrote that her smile made their day better, that she reminded them of their own mothers, sisters, and lost childhoods. The way she moved through life with grace, humor, and humility became a form of healing for a world tired of fake filters and superficial perfection. As her followers multiplied, one name began to pop up in fan discussions over and over again: Yulong. The tall, poised actor with the classic good looks and deep, thoughtful eyes. Known for his roles in historical dramas and martial arts films, Yulong had always seemed out of reach, elegant, distant, and almost untouchable. But something had changed. He had liked a post, then another. And then, the fans caught it, a comment. Short, cryptic, but unmistakably warm. That's when the whispers began. Could it be that Yulong, the Yulong, was watching Yang Myai? Was it possible that the man who had once starred in epics set in palaces and ancient battlefields was now quietly admiring a village girl who cooked barefoot and smiled like sunshine? Nobody could say for sure. But that didn't stop the fans. Fan edits exploded across the internet. Videos of Yang Myai laughing and dancing were paired with clips of Yulong brooding or smiling from his latest drama. The comment sections were filled with hearts, eyes, and hashtags. #MyLong. #Village to Starlight. #You My Magic. And then, something curious happened. In an interview, when asked about what type of woman inspired him, Yulong didn't mention models, actresses, or singers. He said something simple: a woman who is true to herself. Someone who isn't performing. Someone whose heart shows through in her actions. It wasn't confirmation, but it was enough. The viewers went wild. Could he be talking about her? What's more fascinating is the sheer contrast between the two. Yang Myai, rooted in the earth, grounded, surrounded by chickens and rice fields. Yulong, floating through glittering red carpets and television sets. And yet, it's that very contrast that makes the story so captivating. We live in a world where people crave connection, where fame feels fake and where hearts want something real. Yang Myai offers realness in a time when it's rare. And Yulong, despite all his glamour, seems to be reaching for something more meaningful. Imagine for a moment, two worlds colliding. One shaped by tradition and simplicity, the other by stardom and sophistication. And in the middle of that, a silent understanding. A glance. A gesture. Maybe a message. Maybe more. It's not just about whether they're together or not. It's about what their story represents. Hope. Possibility. The idea that someone from the humblest beginnings can be seen, respected, and maybe even loved by someone the whole world admires. It's in the little things that fans see the clues. Yulong posting a quote about nature. Yang Myai filming with a background song that was once in his movie. Coincidence? Maybe. But fans don't believe in coincidence. They believe in destiny. And the more they dig, the more enchanted they become. And who could blame them? In a time when most viral stories are built on drama, scandals, and negativity, this one feels different. It feels gentle, full of promise and warmth. It feels like a story that people want to root for. Because deep down, everyone wants to believe that authenticity is still powerful. That being kind, simple, and true can still open doors, even into the hearts of stars. You're watching this video right now means you're part of that story too. You're not just an observer. You're a believer. You're someone who values depth over show. And for that, I want to thank you. Truly. Because people like you are why voices like Yang Myai's rise, and why someone like Yulong might take notice. Your likes, your comments, your shares, they build more than algorithms. They build bridges between worlds. Some people say it's all just rumors. That Yulong and Yang Myai have never spoken. But if you've followed this journey from the start, you know it's more than that. Even if they've never met, the energy between them has already touched millions. They've become symbols of two beautiful sides of the same coin, the dreamer and the grounded, the moon and the river, the actor and the storyteller. Through them, we see our own dreams reflected. And maybe, just maybe, their paths will cross one day. Maybe Yulong will visit a quiet village and find her sitting under a tree, peeling fruit and laughing with her friends. Maybe he'll smile, step closer, and say, "I've seen your videos. They make me feel something I hadn't felt in a long time." And maybe she'll look up, a little surprised, but not too much, because in her heart, she always knew he was watching. Whether it's friendship, admiration, or something deeper, the story matters because it's rooted in something rare, truth. And truth is what brings us together, no matter where we come from. That's why this story is yours as much as it is theirs. You're not just watching a video. You're witnessing a possibility. The idea that stardom doesn't always come from lights and stages. Sometimes it grows quietly, in the corners of a village, in the laughter of a girl who never tried to be anything but herself. And sometimes, that kind of light is so powerful, even someone like Yulong, a star among stars, can't help but be drawn to it. So here's to the dreamers, the believers, and the beautifully unexpected connections that can happen when we least expect them. To Yang Myai, may your spirit continue to shine. And to Yulong, if you're truly watching, just know, the world sees what you see. And we're all rooting for something real. And to you, dear viewer, thank you for being here. Thank you for being curious, kind, and open to stories that touch the heart. You are the reason this channel exists. You are the reason stories like this matter. Never stop believing that even the quietest voice can be heard, and that sometimes the stars come down from the sky just to listen.